They won their 6th straight with a blowout win over the Bucs. Drew Brees threw a pair of touchdown passes in the win. New Orleans is now 6-2, just ahead of the Panthers in the NFC South. Carolina beat Atlanta thanks to a season-high 86 rushing yards from Cam Newton. Shannon, from what you've seen so far, who will win the South?
Can't believe I'm saying this, especially after the first 2 weeks, but I'm going to go to New Orleans because I believe they're getting the most consistent play out of the quarterback position. And if you look at them since week 3, Skip, they're tied for second in scoring D and number 2 in total D. We know what they do offensively. Drew Brees is a master. Sean Payton does a great job of diagramming that offense. Drew Brees do a great job of executing. But I didn't see this because I told you after the first 2 weeks, Skip, I said they're going to be historically bad.
You said that, and I said wrong.
Wrong. I'm also going to give Sean Payton credit for this. He realized the signing of Adrian Peterson was a mistake. And instead of, we get a lot of coaches, I'm going to prove that I made this the right decision. I'm going to keep this guy no matter what.
Yep.
He and Coach Belichick, they'll make a mistake, and they'll move on from that mistake. And he moved on. Adrian Peterson is much happier in Arizona, and I can assure you, Mark Ingram and Alvin Kamara are much happier now without him being there.
Yeah.
The Atlanta Falcons, Skip, Matt Ryan, his MVP season, he had 9 total turnovers, 7 interceptions, 2 fumbles. He's at 10 already. That's the difference. Now, Julio dropped a touchdown that probably would have won him the game.
Or maybe. Yeah, 8 minutes left.
They're not playing, but what about all the games that they had double-digit leads and they end up losing those games? Jameis Winston, that situation in Tampa is over because they made the mistake in firing Lovie Smith. See, what teams need to stop doing is stop hiring these offensive coordinators because, he works well with the quarterback. This offense. How's that working out for Dirk Cutter? How's that working out for Ben McAdoo? And stop worrying about somebody working well with a quarterback and get you somebody that can coach a damn football team. Because there's more to a football team than a quarterback and a side of the football. And I think the New York Giants and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are finding out the hard way. I like Carolina. Skip, it's too much inconsistency. I mean, as good as they played this week, Cam was celebrating. Watch next week. He won't talk to the media.
Yeah.
He won't be, he'll be moping on the sideline. Right now, from what I've seen, body of work, New Orleans Saints.
I agree with you. The Saints are going to win this division, but I'm going to stand by what I said before the year. If Sean Payton had committed to Adrian Peterson, said, here, I'm going to hand you the football and the reins to this running attack, I believe he'd still be doing exactly for New Orleans what he's now doing in Arizona. But it didn't work. And remember, just before halftime, season opener against, back in his stomping grounds in Minnesota, he shot that look at Sean Payton. Remember that death stare? That was it. You're done. Yep. You're not only in the doghouse, you're in the outhouse. You're on the way out.
But you remember yesterday, Skip, Adrian Peterson had 37 carries. If you give him 37 carries, and that means there's 65 plays in the game, you telling me Drew Brees is going to throw the ball only 28 times?
Well,
you know that's not going to happen.
But Drew told us he wanted to balance up the way they were in 2009 when they won the Super Bowl. They were 50-50. Well, at least they've gotten it to 55-45 pass run. So it's 55% pass.
I know what Drew said publicly. Drew Brees liked those gaudy numbers, Skip Bayless.
Which brings us to the Carolina Panthers, and I'm with you about Cam. First of all, he cannot inflict that much punishment on himself week after week. He's their whole running game. And I know you love Christian McCaffrey, but that was supposed to be a breakout game for little Christian, and he had 15 rushes for 66 yards, but one was 17 yards, so actually had 14 for 49 on all the rest of them. He just can't run it between the tackles. Who took over the game running the football yesterday? Cam Newton did. Well, how many times can you get away with doing that as a quarterback? I just don't see it. And when he said his fateful, immortal line after the game, the Titanic still has to go, well, the Titanic went to the bottom, right? Okay.
He meant the show must go on, even though Benjamin's not there. Or maybe he was talking about the Celine Dion song.
Maybe he was.
Hearts must go on. Maybe Joy, stop it now.
I think
you know what he meant.
I
honestly don't
quite know what happened to the Titanic, but that's okay. I get the gist of it, but in truth, I think it's actually a fitting reference because I think there's some Titanic going on with the Carolina Panthers. I think they're teetering. They're going slowly. They're sinking down, which brings me to the Atlanta Falcons. Would you believe they have already been installed as a 3.5-point home favorite over my Dallas Cowboys?
Yeah.
I want some of that.
I want some of it too because I'm picking them.
You're picking who?
I'm picking the Falcons.
You are?
Yes, I
Will you
am.
give me 3.5 right
No,
here, right
I give you
now?
Jack.
Well, that's what Vegas
No,
said.
we
What
don't
are
give
they
a
doing?
No, what they're doing is that Atlanta Falcons going to get right on you guys.
Really?
Julio.
Okay. So this is the same offense that Sanu said last week is two totally different offenses from last year. And you just blasted it because Sarkisian isn't Kyle Shanahan, and everything's different. Terminology's a little different. Every routes are a little different.
And they still going to beat the Cowboys.
Really?
Yes.
Wow. So you've already backed yourself into a Monday corner.
No,
I love this.
See, this is the thing that you think. You think I backed myself in a corner, but this is why I wanted to be all alone.
Oh, really? Well, give me 3.5.
No.
Come on. That's what Vegas
I'll
does.
give you whatever you score,
I thought
but it
the
won't
Cowboys
be enough.
would be favored in this game.
Favored to do what?
Will Matt Stafford and the Lions win at Lambeau tonight? We'll discuss that next.